So, ladies and gentlemen, we had all the speakers, but we only had females now. We are going to be represented by a man whose greatness himself. So I want all of us to stand up and welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Anthony Kabwe. I'm receiving the grace.
Thank you. You may have your seats. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will not waste much of your time. We have come to the end. I'm just here to summarize what everybody has spoken. And we're very grateful for each one of you to be here and to witness greatness. For someone to launch a book and a CD at the same time. Book. How hard it is. And a person to do both. Aye, man. It's just on another level. So there is one thing I was taught. Never go anywhere and go back empty. Anything and everything you see, learn. When I come on stage, anything I see that relates to me, I go home, I said, wow, next time I'll improve on that one. So everything I've been learning tonight, I will not be speaking much. I'll just summarize on what everybody has spoken. Yesterday I see Alex is still there. Yesterday I was with my wonderful friend. He had a gala dinner. Please, as much as we're here to support Namene, Alex is taking healing vocals to South Africa, and this is one of the greatest things. Can you clap for Alex? Greatness. Amazing. Amazing. So reach out to him. Any support needed, please do that. It's one family. I have to talk about it because it's very, very important. I want to thank all the speakers. Thank you, each one of you. You have been an inspirational night and amazing night. Thank you very much. Can we stand on our feet? We're going to do some exercise and we'll close up. Can you stand on your feet? Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll be doing what they have taught us. Just like I said, I came to summarize and close up. So do everything they have taught us in a very short version. Okay, so you'll be repeating after me. Yes, ma'am. Are you looking for something? What is that? Did you lose yourself? Please find yourself before we leave. Okay, great. So you repeat after me. God, I just want to, what we're going to be doing, I want to explain it. God, one day a young man went to him and said, God, I know you are God, but if I go and tell people that I met God, they won't believe me. So what is your name? And they said, I am. I-A-M. I said, just go and tell them I am. God, just that. I said, just that. So we're going to be doing I am now. Okay? So you are the embodiment of God, the representative of God. Whatever is in God is in you. Right? So we're going to be doing I am. So you repeat, it has to be personal. Forget about everything else. Speak this from your conviction. Say, I am great. You got to say like you mean it. I am great. I am powerful. I am amazing. I am great. I am powerful. I am amazing. I am blessed. I am rich. I am prosperous. I am wise. Others are busy doubting like, did I say I'm rich? And my fridge has got no food inside. Yeah, rich. Right. I'm going to speak some of the things I've spoken. But I know I was given a title, but the title of the book took my attention. The second one. Was it Hidden Treasures? Yeah. Switch off the lights, those ones. You leave the stage one. Remain standing. Switch off the lights. Okay, good. I want to talk to you while the lights are off. Treasures in the dark. Treasures in the dark. So when you think about that book, what you're going to be discovering in that book, it's about treasures in the dark. But most of the time we're scared to go in the dark. Nobody likes the dark. So one day there was this, I should say, evil king. And God himself, it's in the Bible, you can go and read it. God approached this guy, says, I'm going to make you rich. This is an evil guy, he's evil. And God says to me, I'm going to make you rich, but we're going to make a deal. There are treasures in the dark. You can read that, it's Isaiah 45. So God tells this guy, his name is Silas, he says, go in the dark, I have hidden treasures. Now, I don't know what was going on. Maybe his children called Christians were scared to go in the dark. But he approaches this guy and he says, there are treasures in the dark and I chose you to go in. And the guy goes into the dark and he gets all the treasures and became the most richest guy who was not a Christian. And God told him to go in the dark and get the treasures. When he came out, this is a very interesting story. He builds a church. He's not a Christian, remember. He builds a church and he goes to a village where Christians go. And he say, leave. I built you a church. Now you can go and worship your God there. Yes, and they went. Somebody built us a church for free. They went and began to worship. This is not a Christian guy. God tells him, go in the dark and have hidden treasures there. And he gets the treasures and he's become the most richest guy. And he builds a church and he tells Christians, go and pray. Now, the last speaker, she was speaking about the death of a mother. It was in the dark and the lights were off. I could relate because I remember the day my mother died. My mother and my father is dead. My mother was the last one to die. And there was this shelter I used to have. Even if I'm in South Africa, wherever I am, there's a kind of an envelope. When I heard my mother died, it lifted off. And the sun could shine on me. And I was burning. Because the urge that was covering me was taken off. And that is when I became powerless, weak. Because I knew that even if I was far, my mother was somewhere praying for me. My mother was somewhere doing all the best she could for me to become the best. Now the lead is off. And the devil comes and knocking, says, Tony, it's time up. What was protecting you and covering you, now it's out. Now you're gonna face me. This is interesting. Few weeks after my mother dies, Janet is born, my daughter. Janet doesn't look like a mother. She doesn't look like me. She was the twin of my mother. Exactly like my mother looks like. That's how Janet looks like. She turned 5, I think, last week. She's amazing. When she speaks, it's like I'm hearing my mother. When she cries, it's like I'm hearing my mother. It was in the dark. It was in the dark. I have one word I'm going to share with you to sum up to what my friends have spoken. And she has said it. I'm speaking about treasures in the dark. It's the word pain. P-A-I-N. Pain. You may see it. Thank you. The lights will be off. I want you just to listen. Pain. Number 1 point. If you're going to get this, I've got 3 points and I'm out of your way. We're going to launch this book and we'll be going home. Pain. Number 1 reveals purpose. Anybody that you see great, There are very few books that I wrote in happy moments. So I've written 15, I've published 5. Because one book can cost you about 100,000 to publish, some of us. Most of my work, the recent one was a marriage book called Marriages for the Dead. You should read that book. Most worst pain, I produce the best. Don't let anything be wasted. You can use it, ravage it. You don't waste pen. No, I'm in pain, so I'm just gonna be in the corner there. Some of us, that is the best time to sit down and create a project. We get inspired at a level you can't believe. Pen reveals purpose. On my TV show, a lady walks in and she shares some of the similar stories that we're sharing now. And she says, Tony, did you know that? You can go on YouTube and watch it. Any YouTube, Facebook or YouTube, just look for the Power of Purpose Africa. You're going to watch all the talk shows. Most of your artists have interviewed them. Now, this lady says, I was just a housewife all my life. The best life I lived, my husband was there. The day my husband dies, then she was hit with depression. And then suddenly the depression led her not just to be depressed. She saw many people were depressed. She opened up one of the biggest, the one I've come across in Namibia. It's a women empowerment organization and charity organization. It's Nokulyangaba down there, where people are trained. Those who have got earring thing. I don't want to use a wrong word, so I'm trying to be as comfortable as possible. Some of us, did he say that? So yeah, it's in there. Now she says she discovered that organization when her husband died, and the organization is so powerful that she goes in the street and pulls out prostitutes, and they come to organization and they get transformed. I've been there. I went to the organization. I saw it. And somehow, miraculous, God keeps sending her all kind of money to continue helping these people. Treasures in the dark. Some of you, maybe you think you don't have darkness. I just want to review them darkness and what you can get out of your darkness. There's some of you, you were 3 years old, and your father left the house and you never saw him again. The darkness. Some of you, your mother died. Some of you lost a child. Some of you, you're still struggling, you can't get a job. So much darkness. In that midst of that darkness, ask yourself, what treasures are in this darkness? Number 1, if you listen, there's a reason I switched off the lights. Because now in the darkness, you concentrate a lot. You're going to hear every sound. Scaring things. But in the dark, others get inspiration. When everything is quiet, doors are closed, suddenly I realize and I come face to face with all the demons I've been trying to run away from. And I have to overcome these devils to become the best that I can. Treasures in the dark. Can you fight your own darkness? Can you fight? Every time God wants to reveal somebody great, he takes them in the dark. All the greatest riches, wealthy resources, you know, I will mention them now. They are found in the dark. Have you ever seen the mine for diamonds, how they are dark? It's in the dark. You go underground to look for gold in the dark. So what you consider, I got a gold ring, it came from the dark. I have diamonds. It came from the dark. Anything you consider great, most of it, 90% of it, comes from the dark. The danger is, can you face your darkness, overcome it, and find the treasures behind the darkness? When you face your greatest darkness, most of you, it's a war. I was raped when I was 6, abused, beaten. They did this to me. They did, and it created a war of limitation. And it's so dark. You can't seem to pass over it. And the day you break the walls of Jericho, you see manna flowing. You see treasures, they say milk and honey in the streets. You decide how your life ends. You write your own script, direct your own movie. And God is watching and He's seated. Say, write the script, I'll provide the resources. How do you want the movie to end? The devil doesn't win. I'm getting out winning. God says you can write your own script, I'll provide the resources. I'll provide the cameraman, I'll provide the director, I'll provide the what. Just write your own script. And if possible, you can also direct it. You can direct your own script of your life. It says, this darkness ends in glory, in greatness, in power. Somebody say, what the devil meant for evil, God has done. God says, whatever you hand over to me, I can turn it around. Give me your ashes and I'll give you beauty. But some of you keep running with your ashes around like, hey, I want to keep this one. Why? It's ashes. It's ashes. And He's saying, trade it. Give it to me and I'll give you beauty. And be like, God, I don't want healing. Just keep it here. Keep it here. Most people like to nurse their hurts for a long time. The first speaker spoke about grieving. I've done marriage counseling over 10 years and other parts of counseling. And what she was talking about, if you're grieving, there's a certain period we give. And it goes beyond, we normally say, the moment it goes beyond 3 years, you move in a certain dilemma that your grieving becomes a sickness. And then you begin to live on the pills. It's okay to grieve, but never allow it to turn into a sickness. Treasures in the dark. Any worst thing you've ever gone to. So when Namene writes a book, she writes a book. She says, these were the treasures I found in my darkness. Don't just dwell too much in the dark. Look for the treasures and get out. Don't stay in. Get out. Pain reveals purpose. That is number one point. Worst pain, don't let it go to waste. If the devil hurt you through your mother, your uncle, your siblings, don't let it go to waste. Let it reveal the reason actually you came into the earth. After you discover the reason you came into the earth, singing, sports. Whoever knew those girls from Kavango and Katima? We didn't know them. They were in the dark somewhere. But in that darkness where somebody said they're not educated, they're from somewhere in the village, they were busy looking for the treasures. And the day they found the treasures and came to the surface, all of you clapped hands. Can you clap for them? Clap for them. Yes. That's what happens. They were somewhere, we didn't know them. Did you know them? Oh. They were in the dark. Let me finish this point so I go to the next one. God sometimes can hide you in the dark to protect you. The dark place is not always bad. God can hide greatness of you in the dark. You hand over your CV and they're not calling. Your business card, they're not calling. Oh God, you try to go on TV, go on radio, people are just passing by. And you be like, God, am I really cursed? And God says, I'm just hiding you for the right time. Because if I expose the treasure in you, they are vouchers. They will destroy them before they are ready to be harvested. I'm often inspired. I'm a film producer. So me and Mams, we have done movies and we've done so many great things. I'm inspired by Tyler Perry's story. He says for 10 years, Tyler Perry, the billionaire guy now, he says for 10 years, he tried every year to do a film and nothing. 10 years, not 10 days, not 10 months. Some of you have just done 10 minutes, you're already quitting. 10 years! He kept going back. And he shares the story, says, I came to realize that God was hiding me. Now, Hollywood comes to him. All the studios you are watching, all the current films, they are shot in his studio. Because he said, if I'd gone in Hollywood, I couldn't have created the empire. They could have corrupted me the way they corrupted everybody else, but God hid me in the dark. And when the time was right, the character has been built, the integrity has been built in the dark. It was now time to bring him out, and nobody could stop him and nobody could destroy him. Because people that are built in the dark, once they come to light, any darkness you throw at them, they go, I've been to the darkest part, this one is smooth to small. Any darkness you throw at them, any gossip, they don't fall down. Why? They say, the worst I've seen, this one you are throwing at me is too small. I have already come to the light, and my light now conquers all darkness. Pen reveals purpose. Let's go to the second point so that we finish. Purpose reveals power. That's the second point. Number 1 point, pen reveals what? Number 2 point, purpose reveals. You are not powerful until you know your purpose. As long as you don't know your purpose in life, you can graduate, it's all right. You can get a job, it's all right. But you're not that powerful. You will die and will forget you very soon. Will not visit your graveyard as often. It's a painful reality. You got to accept it. We'll visit your graveyard for a couple of months, but after that, life has to move on. I'm going to my wedding. I'm going to my promotion. They can't be visiting the graveyard. But once you discover your purpose, she can't die. It's impossible. Once you discover your purpose, you can't die. You become immortal. Right now you're mortal. You die, we bury you, it ends there. But once you know your purpose, you become immortal. You cannot die. Graveyard is too small for you. Every billboard, they'll sing for you. 100 years to come, you're still gonna read this. Your children are going to go to internet, to where they're still going to read this. Whether you like it or not, whether you like her or you don't like her, your children's children will read this one. She can die. You discover your purpose. You are too powerful to die. You can't die. In the flesh, she dies. But in reality, this is a reality. That is a representation of reality. This is a reality. This is who she is. Your message is your reality. Your purpose, what I mean, is your reality. Unless that has been revealed, you are still a shadow. Have you ever watched The Walking Dead? It's a series. It was an amazing and run for a long time, The Walking Dead. Some people died at 6. We're waiting to bury them at 60. because they have no purpose in life. Died at 6. They're just moving through life. They come in, they go out. Who told you your purpose was just to get married and have children? Really? Is that the best you could do? Huh? Marriage is supposed just to be a passage to greatness. If you are not meant that way, you can, as long as you're headed to greatness. So in marriage counseling, I always tell people, I said, don't come to my office and say, why are you getting married? No, we are marrying because we love each other. I said, who told you that? You marry for growth. If you can't grow together, even love won't help you. I've ever seen people go to court and divorce and say, but do you like, I love him, but why are you divorcing? I can't stand her. I love him, but it's too somehow. But they love each other, but they are separating. So it's to understand that love is good, but it can't keep you together. It's for growth, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all aspects of life. We got to grow. We are not static. We are not monuments. We are not robots. I think you have seen the monument statue there, the new building next to Katutura. That one, which will never move. Your children who found it, they were holding a baby like this. That's called a monument. You're not a monument, you're a movement. Say, I'm a movement. Yeah, don't stand on the same place. We can't come next year and you are still the same way. Nothing has changed and nothing has developed. Hi, man. Yesterday I was with Alex and I was telling his people, I said, when we were young, we used to date for exams. If I'm telling a girl I'm taking you for a date, you'll be eating my KFC and I'll be interviewing you. So in 5 years, where do you see yourself? Me, nowhere. And then when I'm done there, I say, this is a parasite. 5 years, you can't see anywhere yourself. And I should be waiting and marry you and take you where? If you can't see the future, where are we going? That's how we're taught. We're taught dating, to take a person out was for exams. My father would treat me and teach me, as Tony, when you take her out, and take her at the best restaurant where she can forget all her problems. And then interview her in a conversation. She thinks she's enjoying. And you know, women, they like you treat her like a queen. Give her the space. Let her express. Express, man. Express. And you're just busy in your head taking notes. Tick, tick, and no. Tick. Once you are done, let me drop you. Go, I drop you. Bye, bye. I'll see you too. It was an amazing day. I'll be like, you failed the exam. I know if you are seated there, thank God Tony is married. Imagine coming across this kind of a man in your life, will be like, Tony, it doesn't work that way. In your life, everything you do, be intentional. Don't pass through life. I love what T.D. Jakes says, don't let life happen to you, make things happen. You can't just be moving through life like a wind. Make things happen. Life should not happen to you. By default, things just happen to you. If bad things comes my way, I use them, I turn them around. By the time you throw the bad things at me, you'll be like, wow, Tony is still shining. What happened? Said the devil and his mother-in-law, they just missed. Purpose reveals power. Want to know powerful people? They may not have money, but when they know their purpose, how they carry themselves. No, you can't whistle at me as a lady. You know who I am. I may not have it now, but do you know the power that I carry? Treasures in me. People that know their purpose, even as they walk by, you are driving your car, You would park somewhere and stop and re-look at them like, whoa, did I just see what I saw? Let me ask ladies, I'll ask you as MC. Have you ever seen a man walk? No, not a boyfriend. Have you ever seen a man walk? Can you describe what does a man do when he walks? Yes. You see, when a man walks, he walks as if he owns the surface. The surface worships him. By his walk, you would see like, girl, wait first, stop the car. Just watch. It's people that knows their purpose. Do you know when the speakers were coming here, how they were standing? I was just busy watching like, hey, as a man. So if I understand and I see a powerful woman, like, oh Lord, can I get your number, mom? Because you understand that if I'm close to her, my glory will be revealed. So powerful men don't get intimidated by powerful women. We get inspired. If I wasn't in church, I'd be like, we get turned on. It's okay, be relaxed. I know some of you are too Christian, but did he say that? It's okay, relax, man. Hey. Yes. That's what powerful women do. I don't like weak women. I can't be dragging a wheelbarrow, man. I empower you. I leave for London. I came back next year. That's where you are standing. And then I should push you a bit again. Wheelbarrows. No. When a woman knows a purpose, when a man knows a purpose, hey, just start on the engine. It will be driving. There was a news that shocked me. It was on BBC. This guy leaves $2 million for the girlfriend, not wife. It was in America. $2 million US. You can Google it on YouTube, you can find it. The guy leaves $2 million for the girlfriend US dollars, and he goes to jail. He was arrested. When he comes out, this is what was shocking me. When he comes out, the girlfriend hands over them to the man $6 million. It's on YouTube. Go and Google it. I was like, what happened? She didn't eat. She didn't finish on Brazilian and the makeup. It was good, but she has to look good. But I'm saying, what happened? If it was others, the excuses you're gonna find, you won't even find excuses. They'll be with another man. They moved on. It's a very shocking story. You can Google it. It's on YouTube. The man comes out of prison, and he finds 6 million. Women of purpose, they are powerful. And it trended everywhere. And you can imagine the comment from the parasites. They'll be like, if it was me, girl, you are joking. I'll change my surname so he can't trace me. People that knows their purpose, give them a seed and you'll find an harvest. So pen reveals purpose. Purpose reveals power. You can never be powerful until you know the reason why you enter there. I don't compete with people. All my friends here, I call them my friends who are writing books. I spend sleepless night. I say, let me help you. There is no competition for those who know their purpose. Because if I help them, they reveals me. That's how it works. If you ever feel, no, somebody stole my business, my idea, let me tell you, the real thing can never be stolen. A blueprint, it can't be stolen. If they steal it, just wait for a little bow, they'll fail. Because he that is given an idea of a blueprint, you can steal from them. You haven't stolen the blueprint, which is in their subconscious. Because when God gives you an idea, he gives you multiple ways how it can work. I just introduce you to one way, and that way may have limitations. Me, the owner, I can turn it 10 ways. So in reality, don't feel, most of the time we just feel discouraged and threatened, but no, in reality there is no competition. There is enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone. So purpose reveals power. Let's do the last one. Power reveals prosperity.
Here I can speak to my friends in America, UK, Finland. I can speak to my Damara friends, my Herero friends, my Oshiwambo friends, right in my phone. And all of them come to me with vast of knowledge and resources. People who are tribalist is because people are limited. When you know you're going to be Oprah Winfrey or Obama, you're going to need the nigger and you're going to need the white guy to vote for you. So you can't make friends at all levels. One of my books, Design Destiny, I do talk about Obama and Oprah and how they became successful. And I say what differentiated them, that they were able to make friends with whites, friends with Indians, friends with Israel, everybody, and that made them successful. The power of diversity. If you only, we have like a clique here. Now you hear, no, there's like a Kwanyama clique, there's like a Ndonga clique. Why are you creating the cliques? You want to be powerful, be diverse. Relate to everybody. Don't judge people on their weakness, relate to them on their strength. Everybody who comes to you brings a resource. Everybody who comes to you. Now, most of these sounds that you see here, if somebody hires me, we can charge between 30,000 to 50,000. Just this setup that you see here. And this is not enough. But because Namene knows me, he just said, hey, my mentor, I'm launching a book. You've been such a blessing. Why would you not bless? Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody who comes into your life brings a level of resources. So if she had said, no, Tony, I'm Oshiwambo, you are Zambian, so we can't relate that much, do you think we'll be here? Because the reality is I'm a Zambian. Let me tell you the shocking part. I'm supposed to leave for work to Zambia, which I'm going to stay for years. I had to stay for her. Until the owner of the contract said, please wait, the man is having a book launch. I was supposed to go 2 weeks ago. So this is kind of my last. And that's how I treasure resources. Never underestimate anybody you meet. Whether they are from Havana and you're from Simbabasi. And in reality, ask people, if you live in town, you know that the real money is in Havana.
It's true.
Rich people make money in Havana. They have all their shoppings and their shops there. And the people which they are paying 500 per month. Yes. So if you're going to judge people based on their race, their tribe, their what, you're not going anywhere. As you leave tonight, go evaluate your phone. I don't work with people most of the time because I like them. I work with people because they have what I need. So I may put my dislike aside and say, come, let's do this project. You finish, you get your profit, you go away, I go my way. It ends there. But when you have a limitation, pen reveals purpose. Purpose reveals power. Power reveals prosperity. I'm bringing this example to the level of prosperity. You know that you are rich. If right now you're going to take an inventory of yourself, and the inventory is right in your phone. Okay, just take 10 people who are working in your cell phone. And imagine you know their salaries. This one is 20,000. This one is 30. This one is what. This one works for what. Imagine if you're creating that cycle of support. And even if they don't bring money, They are bringing ideas. You'll be shocked. Right now, me and my friends were being trained by one guy in India who was saying, Tony, do you know you can build flats without having a cent? I said, how do you do it? I said, no. Go to the guy who has 10 million in FNB. He says, what is FNB paying you? Like 5% of your money? I'm going to give you 10% if I can use your money. Do you think the guy will refuse? Okay, I leave the guy. I go to the one who owns the land. Says, you know this land has been wasting. At the level where it is now, it's at 1 million. What if I give you 5 million for this land? And do you think the person will refuse? As long as they only bring the proof. I say, okay, just wait, I'm coming. I go to the constructor. I say, sir, I have the land. Okay? And I have some money. Can you start building? And then the guy of the money agrees. And he gives you proof from the bank that you can use my money. You take the same proof to the owner of the land. Did you see the money? Yes, it's only the proof you need that you're allowed to use the money. You come to the owner of the land, he says your proof of the money. If we build, the moment I sell some of the flats, I give you back your money. So now, I take the proof. I tell the guy of the land, I show the guy, and then I go to the bank. Bank, I have the proof. Can I get that money? I get the money. I don't have, it's not my money. All I did was to bring ideas. So now, I go to the land site, we start working, we build about, 40 flats. And then out of 40, I sell 10. I pay the guy of the money with the extra I agreed it will be completed in that. They are still building. I take another 10. I sell, and then I tell to the guy who owns the land, as we agreed, I'll pay you 5 million for your 1 million. Here is your money. And then I take another 10 out of the 20 that is left. I sell and I give the constructor. What am I remaining with? 10 flats. I sell them. You see, resources. I've just given you ideas. What limits us? It's our head. Nothing is limiting you, just your head. The one who is having a camera is a very close friend of mine, Elvin. He also writes books, he also does poetry, so we're in the same company. How I approached, Elvin started watching me when he was in primary school in Tumen. So he watches me from NBC and he says, one day I'm going to be with that guy. So luckily, miraculous, he can come and share the story just as I'm sharing it. We happened to meet in Windhoek. And I have several editors which I used to pay like 10,000. And these editors, I have a big idea. And I tell them, I say, hey, Marcos, hey, Philip, I have this idea. Can we do it for free? And then we share the profit. Guess what? The editors refused. They say, Tony, we know you got cameras, but we can't do it for free. We want the money. I go to this guy, he says, Melvin, I'm just explaining to you network and resources. Elvin, the guy who is having the camera, I have this idea, but I believe it will give us money. Can you do it for free? And then when you do this one for free, we'll use it to get another deal. He agrees. He comes and he works tirelessly. No cent. Before we could finish, in the middle of that project, UN gives us the contract we're waiting for. Wow. And it was to shoot this international series, talk show. I think most of you have watched it. It was on One Africa and then NBC. Real Men's Talk, if you've seen that. So it's me and him who do that. So we get that contract and we start working on it. And we get paid. Imagine the other guys here that we got paid. Not small money, good money. What am I saying? Resources are always around you. So that's how I met my great friend. I inspire him, he writes books, he does poetry, like I do write books, I do poetry. So wherever we go together. He looks up to me, I look up to him. The one thing I learned from him that is standing there is humility. The man is extremely humble. And it's so beautiful to work with humble